It's looking more and more as though a terrorist bomb brought down that Russian jetliner. This is SkyWatchTV for Monday, November 9th, 2015. I'm Derek Gilbert. U.S. officials are said to be 99.9% sure that it was the work of terrorists responsible for that crash in the Sinai Desert that killed 224 people. CNN reports that senior intelligence, military, and national security figures are increasingly sure that terrorists were responsible. And it may be that that crash on Halloween was not the first attempt by terrorists to bring down a plane over the Sinai Desert. On August 23rd, a British airliner with 189 passengers aboard had to dodge a missile as it approached the airport at Sharm el-Sheikh. The missile came within 1,000 feet of the plane, which landed safely. A spokesman for the British government said at the time they concluded it was not an attack, but connected to Egyptian military exercises in the area. And those terrorists responsible for the Russian jetliner crash may be from England. Intelligence experts report intercepting communications between groups in Egypt celebrating immediately after the Russian plane exploded. GCHQ, which is England's equivalent of the NSA, said that the men had Birmingham and London accents. A source told the Express newspaper in the UK that the government in England knows that there are British jihadis fighting with the Islamic State in Egypt, and that some of them may have been trained in bomb making in Syria. But while intelligence experts were telling us last week that it could not have been a shoulder-fired missile or manpad responsible for bringing down the Russian plane, it appears the CIA is discussing with Turkey and Saudi Arabia the possibility of supplying rebel groups in Syria with shoulder-fired missiles, manpads. So far, President Obama has resisted supplying those weapons to these Islamic extremists because they are weapons that are capable of bringing down civilian aircraft, especially since those weapons might end up in the wrong hands, like so many of the Humvees and M1A1 Abrams tanks that we sent to Iraq. Our allies in the region have suggested we could make it safe by installing kill switches, retrofitting the rocket launchers with specialized software that only allowed them to be used in certain designated areas. So what could possibly go wrong? The situation in Iraq and Syria clearly moving from absurd to bizarre. It's not enough that we're giving anti-tank missiles to rebel groups to use against Iranian-backed militia units that we support across the border in Iraq. We're now considering giving those rebel groups weapons capable of shooting down commercial flights just days after a Russian jet exploded over Egypt. This tragedy has already led for increased calls for tighter security at airports. On Friday, Homeland Security Secretary Jay Johnson announced some interim precautionary measures. These are aimed at flights coming into the United States from certain foreign airports. But we may need to look at what we're doing here at home. An internal investigation by the Transportation Security Administration over the summer found that screeners failed to spot dummy weapons and explosives 95% of the time. Agents from Homeland Security were able to smuggle potential weapons on board aircraft in 67 out of 70 cases. Now, but you'd best believe they'll find a keychain like this. I've lost like 3 of these because I keep forgetting to take them out of my pocket before I get on planes. The fight heats up elsewhere in the Middle East between the Turks and the Kurds. Turkish military killed at least 13 fighters from the Kurdistan Workers' Party, or PKK, Saturday in southeastern Turkey. The PKK had called off an October 10th unilateral ceasefire, which they announced before their parliamentary elections there, after Turkey's President Tayyip Erdogan announced he was going to liquidate the PKK. In Jordan, a policeman shot and killed 2 Americans and a South African at a training facility near the capital city of Amman. The Americans were contractors working as instructors at the U.S.-funded Jordan International Police Training Center. Most of the trainees there are Palestinians and Iraqis. The gunman was Jordanian. He was a senior trainer with the rank of captain at the facility. 2 other Americans and 4 Jordanians were wounded before the attacker was shot and killed by his fellow officers. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is in the U.S. today. He's got a 2-hour meeting scheduled with President Obama. A number of items on the agenda, including increased American military aid to Israel. The Israel Air Force attacked a Hamas target in Gaza early this morning. The airstrikes in response to a rocket launched from Gaza at southern Israel on Sunday night. No reports of damage or injuries from that rocket. And speaking of rockets, a U.S. Navy test off the coast of California led to reports of a UFO from San Diego to San Francisco over the weekend. This video was shot by a young man in Los Angeles. The strange light you see in the sky there was, according to the Navy, a Trident II missile fired by the nuclear submarine USS Kentucky. This is probably why flights coming into Los Angeles International Airport after dark have been rerouted since last Friday. Normally they come in from the Pacific Ocean side. Until next Friday, they've got to come in from the east over residential neighborhoods. So the Navy is doing something out there in the ocean that's supposed to be secret. The Navy controls San Nicolas Island. It's one of the Channel Islands west of Los Angeles. They have a weapons testing and training facility there. And apparently no alien megastructure around that strange star I told you about last week, KIC 8462852. SETI, the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, pointed its 42-antenna Allen telescope array at the star. They've been listening for a couple of weeks now. So far, no evidence of any signal that would indicate intelligence. Can technology save humanity from itself? That was one of the topics discussed at a recent conference on cosmism in New York City. James Hughes, executive director of the Institute for Ethics and Emerging Technologies, said that research is developing new electronic, psychopharmaceutical, and genetic technologies for moral enhancement. He advocates more discussion between religious groups and the transhumanist movement to find some common ground. Hughes said that us religious folk might find transhumanist goals such as longevity, cognitive enhancement, and uploading your mind into a computer hard drive, a distraction from our true purpose here on Earth, but we might be open to certain technologies such as treatment for addictions. Hughes said that a religious transhumanist dialogue might also help the transhumanist movement, and I quote, confront its dangerous lack of distinction between certain forms of enhancement, such as wireheading, which is the direct stimulation of the pleasure centers of the brain. In some lab experiments, rats became so addicted to the jolts of electricity to their pleasure centers that they did nothing but push the little lever until they eventually died of malnutrition. Dr. Hughes is one of the experts that we interviewed during the making of the movie Inhuman, a documentary about the transhumanist movement, which is due to be released next week, Tuesday, November 17th. And we'll tell you more about what you can get if you order a copy of that documentary film at the end of this broadcast. It's also part of our discussion tomorrow night on SkyWatch TV, which airs at 8:30 p.m. Central Time on the Christian Television Network. Tom Horn, Sharon K. Gilbert, and myself discuss the transhumanist movement, why we as Christians should be aware of it and concerned about it, and we'll also discuss some of the topics covered in the movie. Again, that's on SkyWatch TV tomorrow night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 8:30 p.m. Central Time on the Christian Television Network. That's DirecTV Channel 376, Dish Network Channel 267, and the Glory Star Satellite Channel 117. You can also watch the program on the Christian Television Network's website, ctnonline.com. Registration continues for the 2016 Rocky Mountain International Prophecy Conference. That's coming July 14th through the 17th, 2016 in Colorado Springs. A number of speakers on important issues regarding geopolitics as well as prophecy. Bill Salas, L.A. Marzulli, Avi Lipkin, Chuck Missler, Carl Tykrib, and others. Information and registration available online at prophecywatchers.com. Address your comments, questions, and suggestions about SkyWatch TV to me. Please send those to dgilbert@skywatchtv.com, and I respond as quickly as I can. And thank you for watching. As we keep watch, I'm Derek Gilbert, and this is SkyWatch TV.
Coming exclusively from SkyWatch TV for a very limited time starting November 17th, 2015. When you purchase the new documentary film Inhuman and the companion book Dead Pets Don't Lie from SkyWatch TV, you'll receive the largest giveaway in SkyWatch TV history. An unprecedented $300 in free books, audio sets, and DVDs to add to your library or to give away as gifts during this holiday season. Included in this limited time giveaway are never before offered free audio sets. Over 30 hours of the most sought after interviews in history with global experts combined on a special 2-disc volume set discussing the unfolding genetic Armageddon now underway and what you need to know to survive the future. Featuring Something Transhumanism This Way Comes, The Coming Replacement Humans, The Days of Noah, The Coming Zombie Apocalypse, Conspiracy Theory, Psychotronic Warfare. Also, for a very limited time, in addition to the never-before-offered free best-selling audio sets, if you order before this special offer expires, you'll also receive the multi-part SkyWatch TV special investigative report on Inhuman the documentary and Dead Pets Don't Lie, the award-winning book Forbidden Gates, Pandemonium's Engine, the best-selling DVD by dog behavior expert Joe Artis, The Natural Dog Training Method, the breakthrough book for pet enthusiasts everywhere, Do Our Pets Go to Heaven? 2 additional mystery books with a $40 value. And if you're one of the first 3,000 customers to place your order during this limited time offer, you will also receive, absolutely free, the groundbreaking WorldNet daily film, The Last Pope, featuring Tom Horn. Place your order beginning November 17th, 2015. Altogether, the never-before-offered free 6 full audio series on a 2-disc volume set plus the 5 free books and 2 additional DVDs total an astounding $300 giveaway to add to your library or to give away as gifts during this holiday season. So it's urgent that beginning November 17th, 2015, you order the new documentary film Inhuman and the companion book Dead Pets Don't Lie for only $39.95 to also receive the largest giveaway in SkyWatch TV history. But please understand this offer will end without notification and is on a first-come, first-served basis starting November 17th. So be sure to visit SkyWatchTV.com to follow the countdown to the greatest giveaway in SkyWatch TV history. Order the new documentary film Inhuman and the companion book Dead Pets Don't Lie for only $39.95 to also receive the largest giveaway in SkyWatch TV history.